Henrietta Leavitt lived a life of quiet sublime greatness marked by gentle perseverance and silent extraordinary achievement. Trapped within a soundless world of gradual deafness, she devoted endless hours to comparing thousands of cold fragile glass photographic plates, uncovering the celestial measuring rod that would forever change humanity's ability to calculate cosmic distance. Tonight, nestled in the soft warm glow of slow, burning hearth flames, we wander through the quiet untold story of her life. Within this gentle unrushed narrative crafted for calm reflection and peaceful rest, you will witness how one quiet resilient soul measured out eternity amid humble poverty and profound unbroken silence. The most extraordinary forms of human greatness often lie hidden beneath endless monotonous repetitive labor and unassuming quiet devotion. Henrietta Leavitt served as one of the skilled female human computers working tirelessly within the quiet halls of Harvard Observatory. Denied direct access to powerful telescopes and barred from formal astronomical observation, she alone deciphered the hidden rhythmic patterns woven into the faint twinkling light of distant stars. Sink into soft, low, soothing narration and journey alongside Leavitt through the dusty forgotten archives of old Harvard, seeking serene peace in quiet dedication. Let the tender warmth of distant stars and silent celestial coordinates cradle your heart and guide you slowly into a deep profound dream filled with starlit calm. How do we measure the vast untouchable distances stretching across endless outer space? Do we rely on the limited reach of mortal footsteps or the vague uncertain guidance of human intuition? Henrietta Leavitt guarded her hand-drawn star charts with unwavering gentle devotion well into her later years as her hearing faded into near total silence. This is a quiet spiritual journey rooted in fragile faint starlight and boundless, patient endurance, a tender story of one courageous thoughtful woman who redefined the invisible boundaries of the entire universe. This soft reflective story is crafted for every weary heart seeking peace, solitude and quiet contemplation in the stillness of night. Let Leavitt's quiet resolute persistence, as clear and calm as pale moonlight, lull your mind, ease your worries and carry you into sweet undisturbed slumber. What would you think if you learned that the entire universal scale of measurement, the key to mapping galaxies and spanning interstellar space, once rested gently in the hands of a woman who could barely hear a single sound around her? In the quiet fading days of the late 19th century, within a narrow cramped office space at Harvard Observatory in Boston, a small dedicated group of women worked diligently behind closed doors, collectively known as human computers. Bound by strict social limitations of their time, these sharp, intelligent women were forbidden from operating telescopes or conducting independent astronomical research, their daily work confined to repetitive, meticulous tasks, examining, sorting and comparing delicate glass photographic plates dotted with countless tiny dark star speckles. Among these quiet, devoted women sat Henrietta Leavitt, gradually slipping into complete silence as her hearing deteriorated day by day until the world around her faded into absolute stillness. Her life remained simple, humble and financially strained, her hourly wage far less than ordinary factory laborers of the same era. Yet this gentle, quiet woman, breathing steadily in peaceful isolation, possessed an extraordinary gift. Through eyes strained from endless hours peering through microscopes, she uncovered a monumental cosmic secret that would rewrite human understanding of the night sky and expand the boundaries of human knowledge forever. Tonight, accompanied by the soft, steady flicker of dancing hearth firelight, we follow this unhurried, heartfelt tale and step fully into the gentle sorrows, quiet struggles and timeless achievements of her life. This moving story reveals how steady, unyielding patience can overcome mediocrity, and how a solitary, quiet soul gazing upward from the depths of earthly limitation can trace precise coordinates across the infinite night sky. Please slow your breathing, ease every tense nerve, and let your consciousness drift gently along delicate, faint beams of ancient starlight, traveling back to that old forgotten era filled with stacked glass plates and quiet uncelebrated dedication. The still air inside Harvard Observatory always held a faint lingering blend of aged chemical dust, dry paper and old preserved reagents. Within this muted, timeless atmosphere, Henrietta Leavitt embarked upon an arduous lifelong mission of quiet focus and disciplined endurance, resembling a gentle, uncomplaining spiritual retreat. Her primary work centered on identifying, cataloging and studying variable stars within the Magellanic Clouds, a labor requiring extraordinary focus, steady eyesight and endless repetitive patience, with no dramatic excitement or grand recognition to lighten the monotony. Each heavy glass photographic plate weighed several pounds, covered densely with thousands of tiny dark faint markings, every small dark dot representing a distant burning star scattered across the far reaches of space. Day after day, Leavitt carefully compared plates captured on different dates and slow nights, patiently searching for subtle faint shifts in brightness, tracking which stars dimmed Flared or pulsed with delicate changing light. Cut off from the bustling noise of the outside world by her fading hearing, she could no longer hear the distant clatter of horse-drawn carriages rolling through Boston streets or the quiet whispers and soft conversations of her fellow co-workers. This profound physical separation from everyday sound gifted her with rare unbroken focus and unparalleled power of concentration in her quiet, perceptive vision. Those cold dark speckles printed on glass were not lifeless hollow marks of inert mineral and shadow. She saw them as living breathing celestial beings pulsing with gentle rhythm, speaking to her in a silent language only she could fully comprehend. She observed carefully and recorded diligently, noting how certain stars flickered rapidly with quick restless pulses while others shifted with slow graceful elegant rhythm across long quiet nights on yellowed fragile sheets of aged draft paper. She marked down each subtle light cycle, double-checking every detail, cross-referencing every observation and repeating her calculations countless times, never once complaining about the tedious repetitive nature of her daily work. Among the entire overlooked underappreciated group of female computers at Harvard Observatory, she remained the quietest, most reserved and unassuming member, yet no one gazed deeper, observed closer, or understood the hidden language of the stars more intimately than her. The most life-altering turning points in human discovery often hide quietly behind endless rows of plain repetitive data and unremarkable daily routine. Through countless hours of careful comparison and meticulous record-keeping, Leavitt identified a distinct, breathtaking pattern among a special class of celestial bodies located within the Magellanic Clouds, the remarkable stars now known as Cepheid variables. With sharp, intuitive insight, she recognized an immutable, beautiful cosmic law connecting their behavior. The length of each star's brightness fluctuation cycle stood in direct, perfect proportion to its true absolute luminosity. In simple, heartfelt terms, the slower a star pulsed and dimmed, the greater its inherent natural brightness and radiant power. This groundbreaking realization changed everything for humanity. Once astronomers could measure a Cepheid star's regular cycle of light and shadow, they could accurately calculate its genuine cosmic brightness by contrasting that true luminosity with the dimmer faint light visible from Earth. Scientists gained the first reliable universal measuring tool capable of calculating unfathomable distances across deep outer space. On the quiet cold evening when she finally pieced together this flawless cosmic relationship, soft fine snow fell gently over the quiet rooftops of Boston. Working alone late into the night beneath the warm narrow glow of a single oil lamp, her fingers stiffened and chilled by frosty indoor air, Leavitt's mind had never felt sharper, clearer, or more certain. She understood fully that the data she had compiled and the patterns she had uncovered were far more than simple numbers and technical observation. She held in her quiet hands a universal key capable of unlocking distant galaxies and opening the door to the entire unexplored cosmos. Despite this world-changing breakthrough, the male-dominated academic society of her time offered no recognition or fair reward. Women researchers were denied independent publication rights and official scientific credit. Leavitt's groundbreaking research was absorbed and published under the observatory's official name, overseen by her supervisor, Professor Pickering, while she continued her tedious labor, earning a meager 25 cents per hour in quiet obscurity. Yet Henrietta Leavitt cared little for public praise, academic fame, or worldly reward. Surrounded by gentle, unbroken silence, the soft, wordless rhythm of pulsing stars brought her far deeper peace, comfort, and fulfillment than any human admiration or formal acknowledgement ever could. To truly understand the gentle, steady spirit of Henrietta Leavitt, we must picture a soul of profound quiet restraint, graceful resilience, and humble self-containment. Her daily existence followed a simple, almost isolated routine, traveling between the quiet walls of the observatory, her small modest apartment, and occasional peaceful gatherings at local church services. As the years passed, her hearing faded completely, sealing her away in a permanent silent world where sound no longer existed, turning daily life into a quiet, motion-filled film without voice or noise. Decades of straining her eyes to focus through microscope lenses slowly weakened her eyesight, and chronic stomach illness lingered as a constant quiet burden, wearing slowly at her fragile physical health. Even under the heavy strain of ongoing physical discomfort and gradual bodily decline, her perception and understanding of distant starlight grew more refined, delicate, and profound. She understood deeply that the vast cosmic distances she worked to measure stretched far beyond the reach of any earthly carriage, any mortal journey, or any human boundary. In that historical era, astronomers clashed fiercely in endless debate over the true scale of the universe. Many firmly believed the Milky Way galaxy formed the entire limit of cosmic existence, with nothing beyond its borders. Leavitt's quiet, unassuming data cut through thick layers of scientific uncertainty like a clear flash of piercing light, providing clear, reliable Guidance for Edwin Hubble and every future astronomer who followed in her footsteps night after night in quiet peaceful dreams. She wandered freely among distant variable stars, drifting alongside their soft gentle pulses, experiencing their silent rhythm as a private personal symphony crafted solely for her quiet spirit. She never married nor raised children, pouring the full depth of her emotion, tenderness, devotion and inner warmth into the cold glass plate's faint star markings and silent celestial cycles she studied each day. This quiet, almost sacrificial dedication shaped her spirit into something pure and fragile, like fine glass, delicate enough to fracture yet luminous enough to reflect light, traveling across millions of distant light years. Henrietta Leavitt spent her final years wrapped in gentle, overlooked tranquility, living far from the spotlight of scientific fame and public attention. In 1921, the quiet woman who first drew humanity's precise measuring lines across the endless cosmos passed away peacefully from cancer, slipping quietly from the world just as she had lived her life, without fanfare, attention or widespread notice. Tragically, only a few short years after her peaceful passing, the Swedish Academy of Sciences prepared to nominate her for the prestigious Nobel Prize in Physics, only to discover she had already departed 4 full years prior, bound by strict foundational rules that never awarded posthumous honors. Leavitt lost the chance to receive humanity's highest scientific recognition, yet in the boundless, endless scale of the vast universe, temporary awards, mortal titles and fleeting worldly honors shrink small and insignificant thanks entirely to Leavitt's extraordinary period luminosity. Relation Hubble was able to prove conclusively that the Andromeda Nebula existed far beyond the outer edges of the Milky Way, a separate independent galaxy floating in endless space. This single revelation shattered humanity's narrow, limited view of the cosmos, forever expanding human understanding from a single small galaxy to an endless universe filled with billions of distant star systems and unfathomable deep space. In her final quiet wishes, Leavitt spoke not of stars, galaxies or cosmic discovery. She simply hoped to fade gently into the quiet peace of nature, like a tiny speck of dust returning to the calm harmony of the world. Her life perfectly embodied the timeless truth that true depth and greatness often reside in quiet stillness, far louder than empty noise and hurried words. She never gazed directly upon the breathtaking grandeur of distant galaxies through advanced telescopes, yet her name remains eternally etched along the celestial pathways leading to every far corner of the known universe. The timeless life story of Henrietta Leavitt draws to a soft, serene close, settled firmly within the eternal, unchanging cosmic coordinate system she helped create, returning to the quiet question posed at the very start of our peaceful tale: how did a gentle deaf woman confined by quiet limitation come to define the measurable boundaries of the entire universe? The answer lies in her unique inner vision. She possessed a deeper, clearer sense of perception than ordinary sound, capable of hearing the slow rise and fall of stellar luminosity echoing across endless time and space. The remarkable period luminosity relation she discovered remains the most trusted, reliable measuring tool for modern astronomers navigating the immeasurable distances of deep space. Even today, whenever we gaze upward into the dark night sky and spot stars shifting softly between bright glow and gentle dimness, pause to remember her quiet legacy. Leavitt's spirit lingers not within the brilliant glowing light of distant stars, but within their steady pulsing rhythm, present in every quiet human attempt to measure, explore and understand the unknown. The night has grown deep, soft and still. Far across the cosmos, distant Cepheid variables continue their silent, steady beat, whispering the quiet, forgotten story of this gentle, uncelebrated pioneer. Sink slowly into calm relaxation, guided by her boundless patience, quiet resilience and peaceful acceptance, releasing all daily troubles, trivial worries and restless thoughts, and embrace the gentle, soothing comfort carried across endless light years. May your nights be free from shallow noise and meaningless chaos, filled instead with the orderly, gentle rhythm and boundless, brilliant starlight that Leavitt spent her quiet life uncovering, a vast, peaceful ocean of stars, steady, tender and endlessly true. Good night.